Hey Libra, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for March 13th through the 19th. This is for Libra Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to check in and see what's coming up. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. You might need a private reading. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, I'm going to see what's coming in here for the Libra Collective. Move the camera just a little bit closer. And the first card that's coming up here for you all is the Knight of Wands. Okay. Now, something is being sped up. Oftentimes, I see this card coming up when you might have some kind of time frame in your mind about something you're wanting to do. So you might be saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to wait it out 3 more months and hit my, higher anniversary date, and then I'm going to start looking for another job. Or I'm going to wait, a few more months, and then I'm going to start looking to move, or whatever the case might be. I'm going to wait a few more months, and then I'm going to get a car or get a different car, whatever it is. You might have it in your mind that you're going to do something at some later time or later date. The Knight of Wands comes in a lot of the times in my readings to say it's going to get sped up. It's happening now, right? So it's not going to be 3 months or 6 months from now. You're going to do it now. Something is happening now. And so some of you may be receiving word this week that might say that your company or your job is going to do like big layoffs, or that they've been purchased by another company, and they're going to be dissolving the department or whatever it might be. And like this is going to be the last work day. If you are renting, you might receive word that your place has been sold and you're going to have to move out, or they have to do repairs and they can't have you living there while they're doing repairs. There could be something of this nature where you're being told that, okay, like you have to leave. Not necessarily being evicted, but just kind of like circumstances are being what they are, that, you're going to have to move out. And don't let this scare you. For some of you, this is going to freak you out. But understand this. When things like this happen, it's because there's an opportunity coming in. There's a blessing coming in. And your angels and guides are moving things around so that you don't miss the blessing. You don't miss the boat. They're keeping you on the time frame. And they're keeping you from missing out, right? Some of you Libras have been telling yourself, especially those of you Libras who are of a more mature age, not the Libras who are fresh out of high school or like in college, but some of you Libras who've been around a bit longer. You may even be looking back on your life, especially in this full moon in Virgo energy we just had, where you might be thinking, man, you know what? I really missed the signs. I really missed the cues. I ended up being late for a lot of things in my life. Story of my life. I woke up too late. I realized too late. I showed up too late. And you're looking like you missed opportunities, or you're looking like you did things too late. You didn't do things too late. You didn't. And in this particular situation, right, you're being directed now. Like, this is the time. This is the time to get moving. This is the time to get going. So take it as a confirmation and as a guidance. It's not a problem. Don't let it scare you, right? It's happening now because the next thing is ready for you now. So don't be afraid, those of you who are receiving this kind of word or this kind of message. The next card that's coming up here for the Libra Collective is the 5 of Swords. So something is getting cut off. Sometimes the 5 of Swords comes up for me in readings when you're dealing with a person who's like intentionally triggering you. Those of you who've been watching my videos for a long time, you've heard me say that. And that's why I want to bring it up and say, I know you've heard me say that in the past, but that's not the vibe I'm getting from the 5 of Swords in the reading this week for the Libra Collective. I don't feel that that's what's happening here. The vibe I'm getting from the 5 of Swords for this week for the Libra Collective is something is getting cut off. And it's also something that is getting cut off in a non-negotiable way. So if there's a deadline, it's a firm deadline. That deadline is not going to move. If the company says we're closing our doors in 60 days or in 30 days, or if your landlord says, you have 60 days to move out, or you have, 30 days to move out, that timeline is not going to change. It's not going to change. And so keep this in mind and move forward with your plans accordingly. Because sometimes you might say, things never happen. Things never happen when they say they're going to happen. And it'll be more like 2 months. It'll be more like 3 months. Or you might say to yourself, if you're having to leave, sometimes people say, depending on where you live, I know here in the United States, there's all kinds of like vacating and eviction laws where, like, even if the deadline comes, they can't have you they have to go through a process to make you leave, right? Like they got to go file papers with the court, then the sheriff has to come, and the sheriff has to give you 30 days. And so some of you might be thinking, oh, well, technically I have 90 days, or oh, technically I have, a few months. Do not make that mistake, because the 5 of Swords is telling me whatever deadline you're being given, it's firm. It's not going to move. And whatever you think you're going to be able to do, it's not going to work in this instance. It's not going to apply to this situation. So like, you're going to have to be out. So don't dilly-dally. Don't procrastinate. I know it could be overwhelming to think, oh my gosh, now I got to, go looking at cars. Oh my gosh, now I got to go looking for a job, or I got to go looking for a place. I know that could be overwhelming, but trust that if you do the work and if you start looking, the next thing is going to align very quickly. It's going to fall into place very quickly. The worst thing you could do is procrastinate and just say, oh, it's going to take a lot of time, but I'll have more time. Don't fall into that false thinking. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the 10 of Pentacles. So whatever is happening, whatever is shifting for you at this time is for your greater stability and security. And 10 of Pentacles is a card that comes up to say, like, this is permanence, right? Like, this is a legacy we're able to leave behind for future generations. This is financial stability and security. This is a sense of home and a sense of family. Generations coming together to celebrate special occasions, holidays, birthdays, family traditions, things of this nature, holidays. So I feel like the 10 of Pentacles is coming in to say, look, Libra, it's going to feel a bit disruptive this week as this information comes to you and you're realizing that your plans are going to speed up. It might seem disruptive, but ultimately it's bringing you to a happy, stable, permanent situation. And it's going to be something that you're going to be very happy and very grateful for. If you are someone that has had a lot of inconsistency in your life, you've moved around a lot, you've had changes a lot, 10 of Pentacles gives me the feeling, in the sense, this is the last kind of move. This is the last kind of like time that you're going to have to not start over again, but, kind of go somewhere else, get settled somewhere else. And the next thing is going to be the permanent thing. The next thing is going to be the set thing. So you're coming into permanence, right? I know it might be a little inconvenient to have things shaken up, but the next thing you're going to, like, that's it. You're going to be set. You're going to be solid. You're not going to have to, do this again. You're not going to have to go through another cycle like this again. The next card that's coming up here for the Libra Collective is the 8 of Wands. So as I said, things are going to happen fast. Things are going to happen very quickly. Some of you out of this situation will have an opportunity to travel. You might say, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to be held down by this situation anymore. Some of you might take this as an opportunity to take a little bit of a break, to go visit somebody. You might say, all right, I'll sell a bunch of stuff. I'll put things in storage and I'll go and I'll visit a friend. I'll take a little vacation, or I'll go take an actual vacation to a place I've really been wanting to see. or I'm going to spend some time traveling or checking out different places and figuring out where I want to put down my roots. So for some of you, there can be a sense of travel here with the Eight of Wands. But the Eight of Wands wants us to know that things are going to happen without obstacles. Things are going to happen without blockages. Like I said, the worst thing that you can do is procrastinate because you're stressed out about how it's going to be difficult or it's going to take a long time. Then you're going to fall into the trap of waiting too long and running out of time. The Eight of Wands here is letting you know that if you just get out there and if you start doing the like the looking around, asking around, applying yourself, you're going to see that the next thing aligns very quickly, right? Some of you may just take some time off to find yourself. You may take a little bit of a break and plan some kind of travel or vacations. But whatever the case, you're coming into flow, you're coming into movement, and there aren't going to be blocks. You might want to check out your other placements. Some weeks your other placements might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a playlist in the description that will take you to those. There's also a playlist that will take you to the love and romance readings for March. And there's also links in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, if you wish to schedule a private reading with me. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.